Dude, so I think you probably have a lot of pickups.
I do. I had a very random but large pickup a 2-week period, I guess. So this is none of my G-Fest stuff, but it's which we already talked about. But I have to say I have a top 10 wish list pickup. I have one to knock off the list. And also, I'll tell you this. It was number 2 on this year's list. And it was number 1 on our original list. So I got one of the big daddies off the list.
Dude, that's insane.
So
that's a big get.
Yeah.
Let's do it. How do you want to start? Do you want to go? Do you want to go ahead and start?
I'll go, but I'm going to start with one that I know you got too. And you've shown this off. I know on Toy Anxiety. I don't know if we haven't shown it off here because I think we got it like a day or so after our last recording, which was a couple days before G-Fest. But the Artisan Dynasty from Spiral Toys.
I forgot about this song.
Well, I mean, it was so long ago.
It was so long ago.
But it's actually good because we'll talk about Spiral Toy a lot in the Wonderfest news. But just in case AJ's watching, he's like, you said you got it, but I never ever saw you actually show it off. But yeah, so I'm not going to add any commentary that was different than what you said on Toy Anxiety. But
it's great.
It's great. Yeah. And I just said this way, and I actually, AJ Russo from Kaiju Live, that's part of the Spiral team, he goes, what'd you think of it? And I go, AJ, I'm going to sum it up this way. You got me to buy a Godzilla 2019 toy of anything. That right there says how much I liked it. But no, I thought they knocked it out of the park. I know the second colorway that's out there is just as good. I'm excited for all the other stuff. Oh, I just knocked down something over here. And I'm excited for some of the stuff they have coming out. We got to get AJ on the show.
For sure.
When some of this stuff starts coming out like Fast and Furious, because he'll give us some cool like tidbits to the listeners and everything kind of behind the scenes. But I mean, that stuff, they have master craftsmen doing the paint and the sculpt. They're going to be good. So I'm so excited for what they have going on and brewing there. So I was really excited to get that. And I know you got it too. So
it's beautiful. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's on my bookshelf in the living. That one, hey, some of my sofubi have started making their ways out of the toy room and into the living room.
Ooh.
And I got a whole new setup. I got a whole new bookshelf and it's got space on it. So there's a couple, books, Godzilla, so I'm filling it out in there.
I dig it, man. I got another thing. I don't know if you picked this one up or not. I can't remember. But from Shin Ultraman, we love the Shin Gomez design. I thought it was really cool. And Mark Nagata at Max Toy, they had the license there, and they've done about 4 of these. But the U.S. release of it, the one that you could get through maxtoy.co.com, that finally delivered. So I got the cool Shin Gomez Max Toy. He looks great. This is probably my second favorite of the colorways for Shin Gomez. I actually like the all blue and white one that was the Wonder Toy Fest exclusive from I think it was in Osaka. But anyway, this is my second favorite. I love this with the gold and the silver.
Yeah.
He killed it with this.
It's awesome.
Even the little teeth on the tail. Look at that.
Yeah.
So good.
I didn't pick that up. I missed it. By the time I realized it was gone, it was gone.
It sold out really quick. Yeah.
It did.
I
was at work that day and just forgot, and then it was gone. But it's a cool toy.
He gets a little sneaky on some of those drops.
He does, man. It's fun. It's more fun that way.
Yeah. So another one that I picked up that was really cool, and I picked up another one from this line. Probably a few months ago, called Chigoken Warrior. It's from a company called Spumoni Toys, and they do some really cool stuff. And the first one I got was very sofubi-esque, cool colorways. Well, they have another one that came out that's almost like more, I would say like action figure-esque, but it's a different version of that of the Chigoken Warrior. So I got that one. So this is this guy from Spumoni Toys, but it's still soft vinyl. So very cool to kind of have a nice counterbalance to the more sofubi style one of the Chigoken Warrior. And I love what Spumoni Toys does. They're one of my favorite indie sofubi guys out there currently. So I really like that. The next 2 I got go together because they fit in that Black Seed kind of the Nozilla kind of group. But they released 2, and these are 2 of my favorite things that they've done. Because right now all I have is the Robo Nozilla. That's the 80s, the teal,
the RoboCop looking one.
Yeah, but I got the one that's like the teal and the pink and the purple.
Right.
But these two I just had to have. One of them I didn't know about. I totally missed it. But Ryan Wilhelm said, "Hey, did you get that?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, it's part Batra, part Kamen Rider. It's called Rider Nothra." And I'm like, or Rider Nothra. I'm like, "Say what?" And so I went and immediately bought it. I absolutely love this guy. Look at this. He is Kamen Rider Batra.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes with a little Ghidorah statue there, a little box he can keep his silk larva in there, a little silkworm Mothra larva. His I love his like pants are like dirty. He has the Kamen Rider fan belt.
Yeah.
It's just I'm like, what the hell
That's
is
awesome.
this? Yeah. So that one I was really, really excited about. But the one that really blew me away was the Gojiji Izakaya. Let me pull him up here. There he is with his sushi tray. Sushi chef Godzilla. Oh, there's little grooves here. There we go. Look at this guy. And the best part, the little make here, the little sushi rolls, has little humans curled up like they're dead fish. This guy's great. Has his traditional Japanese shoes on. But yeah, this is my favorite one of the lot.
That I love that. Yeah, that is such a cool that when I saw that, it was an instant like, fuck, I wish I had that. That is such a good toy. I'm so glad you got that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so one more kind of there's a couple more non-Godzillas, but these two I was not expecting to get. One I was totally unaware that it existed. The other one was a one-off. But so like I obviously didn't know it existed. The first one, go back to Max Toy. This is one that Mark Nagata custom painted. It's a UV activated, cool kind of glow on this bad boy. It's called Dio. And Dio is the mascot, the kaiju mascot for the Daikaiju Salon in Japan. So it's just kind of, custom figure, right? That represents the Kaiju Salon. And he has kind of a anime manga style happy cartoony one. And he has an angry one. And I got the angry version. And it comes with I don't have it right here. It's up there, but it comes with a little plastic palm tree too, which is amazing. But look at this guy. I absolutely love this. Look at this guy. This is he comes with a little glow in the dark crown.
Yeah.
But this is the angry version. And the colorway is absolutely stunning. And it is just a really well done, cool piece. Mark Nagata killed it with this. Absolutely love this. And I think there's even one or two left on his site of this variant. The manga one is sold out, but I think the angry version, which I actually like better, is still there. And it comes with this little glow in the dark crown you can put on and a palm tree. So it's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Dio, once again, wasn't expecting to pick that up, but I saw it and I was like, I absolutely love it.
Resist it. I like the spines on on him kind of remind me of the old kind of like knockoff Godzillas. They always had those sort of. I love it.
He's like knockoff Godzilla, Ultra Kaiju, and outdated dinosaur design all mixed in one. It's I'm here for it, man. It's good. So the other one, I have to go back to G-Fest. So, and I showed this off in my pickups for G-Fest. I finally got one of the Last Bastion Studios Ragnar, the big turtle kaiju. And I did a great trade with Chris Helseth over there for that. We traded turtles, a Trauma Gamera Sun Guts for one of those. And I saw one up there that was on there, and I was like, oh, that can't be for sale. That's like a one-off, just showcase piece, because it was a one of one. Custom painted by Octeal, who did Kaiju Cream, and Kaiju Cream was a big hit at G-Fest and stuff. And I liked the colorway, but I was like, whatever. So I was like, you know what? Like 3 or 4 days, we're back from G-Fest 3 or 4 days, and I shot Chris a note, and I was like, hey, the one Octeal painted, is that for sale or is that a showcase? He's like, oh no, it's for sale. I was like, did somebody buy it? And he's like, no, surprisingly not. And I go, can I buy it? And he goes, yeah. And so his business partner, Wes, was actually driving. They're in LA. He was driving through Texas basically a day before, 2 days before I reached out to him. So he was able to drop it off in person.
Oh, that's cool.
So I got like delivery of this one of one
Kaiju delivery.
They're great guys. And I won't go off on it again because we did last, the show with Ryan, but those guys are awesome. They're so great dudes. And so I got this cool Ragnar custom painted, and it is UV activated as well, similar to Dio, but I got this really cool, just multicolored octeal. There's the one of one right there, of Ragnar. And I love the sculpt of Ragnar. It's great. But this paint job, I just had to have it. So that's
awesome.
It's really funky, and it just looks good. I have a shelf of like kind of this really bright orange stuff, and it just goes
all the crazy stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so the last stuff, it is a good one. I was really excited for those two. So the last stuff I got is more Godzilla. Oh no, I take that back. I got one more. You'll love this one. And I'm sorry for the song "I Will Get Stuck in Your Head," but from Marmit. Nesekoma. I got Takemajin, the Marmit. The he can do his crotch chop too.
Dude.
Yes, I finally got the Marmit one, and actually. This was unopened. It was great condition. It's a beautiful piece.
Toy, man.
It really is.
That's impressive.
Absolutely. I have him up there between some Gilalas. But yeah, I was so stoked to get. This came in like the day I was leaving for G-Fest. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Dude, there's nothing better. There's nothing better than a pre-convention toy.
I know. But yeah, I absolutely love this guy, and I like something that scales with my Gilala sofubi. And so I was so pumped to get this. Okay. This one you're going to like because you like this guy. He's a birthday boy, Mr. Megalon. So Marusan has been doing a lot of the 350s. And one of the ones they did was this partnership with this designer of he does silver accessories in Japan. And they did this partnership and he custom painted one of these. So I forget his name. But I love it because you'll see the colorways are very 80s, the teal and pink. But I picked up this Marusan Megalon.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's very teal and pink. And, but I love it. It's definitely my color palette. But so cool. And Marusan's been releasing a ton. They did an all glitter Megalon that just came out.
Yeah.
And some other ones. So you'll get a lot of Megalon from Marusan. And okay, so the next two I have three left. The big one and the next two. The next two are part of the 89 club, man.
I was about to say it's weird if we're not getting any 89s. What is that?
So these are officially number 82 and 83. So we are 6 away, man. Okay. And I just reorganized them on the shelves and stuff. So I'm feeling pretty good. This one is only a slight variation. There's two that are very similar to this, but this just added a layer of yellow paint to it. And this is this cool green and black marble. But they added the yellow to the spines, the teeth, the claws. But this exists in a couple different variants. But I dig it. This color green really pops on the shelf. And so I do dig this one. But I was really excited that they gave us finally a glow in the dark purple marble. And I love this guy. He looks so great.
A good one.
And a very subtle gold on the claws and the teeth and stuff. It adds a nice little pop there. And there's a little a dab of silver here. But this guy looks really cool. And I have 12 marbled ones now. So it's there's so many. But yeah, so 82 and 83.
That's
getting
insane.
Close. 6 more, man. 6 more. And then we'll be done. Okay, finally. Without further ado, my big pickup and something that we've been talking about for a long time on here. I finally beefed up my vintage collection. I have the 67 Marusan, the 66 Marusan, the L-Tel. And I have some of the old Bullmark and old Marusan for other Kaiju, but I didn't have the classic 70 Bullmark that was seen in Godzilla vs. Hedorah. So I went ahead and I got him. But that's not all, Jake, because I had to get the original, I wanted the full thing. The part that makes him a little bit trickier to get, I got the tower with him, the original 70 tower. So I have him in a case right now, squaring off against the 66 Marusan. But he's the reason I was waiting, I wanted the right level of, it was like played in and kids played with it. It was a real toy from the 70s, but it wasn't totally destroyed, right? Like the paint is really solid. It's hard to tell there, but the paint is really solid on the eye and stuff here. But like it's definitely worn in. You can see some of the blue, and there were a few colorways of this. Like there were some variations.
Sure.
But the main thing was getting that tower with
you have to get it with the tower.
Yeah. And so because they do a lot of repros on the tower and stuff, and I wanted an original one from the 70s, and I figured, you know what, I've waited long enough. But yeah, so I finally got him off the list. Now on to blue, green Godzilla tower and Marmit, Space Godzilla, and all the rest. But I love it. You know what? I got him at a not like a crazy good deal, but better than I thought I was going to have to pay to get the tower.
That's that's always good when you feel like you're getting a little bit of a break, especially on something like that. And it's not
enough that I was like questioning, is this real? Nothing
I mean,
like that.
Now Jay, I already had him with the tower.
You did. Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I should have just grabbed that tower from you. But yeah, so I mean, it was a weird thing of pickups, from Marusan's to like, Octeal's Ragnar to Black Seed to a vintage 70s toy. But that's kind of how I collect too, so it's great. But I probably won't have a pickup week like this for like the next year or so. But I was really excited to grab these, and it was my post G Fest hangover.
It's like your
hair of the dog.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, all right, well, I bought a bunch of cool shit at G Fest.
I need some more.
You're like, well, now I'm depressed. I'm not buying stuff at G Fest, so you just. I mean, that's what I get it.
I will tell you, it was really cool when I got home, and there were a couple packages that were there. That was a nice, like, oh, these are kind of like ease me back into reality. But yeah, so I love it. Like I said, I'm really, really happy with my my pickups this week. Yay, Jay.
It's good stuff, dude. It's great stuff.
Okay.
My stuff is all no vintage stuff here, really. It's all Comic-Con, stuff, Comic-Con exclusives and stuff like that. Great stuff, but don't be looking at it. I don't have a top 10 over here from my list like you do.
Yeah, but I think it's cool, like, because you were a panelist at Comic-Con, so you're getting something that not only represents like Godzilla, but also about a cool like event.
There's some great stuff here. There's some stuff I'm excited about. I did get something in the mail. I'll start off with this. This is from a listener, Matt Bush. He sends stuff to YHS often. He saw me talking about this a couple weeks ago. I had bought one of the Lady Milk Godzillas. The little. Yeah. He sent me another one. He sent me a second Lady Milk Godzilla. So I got this one. This one has a little boom box. And a nice polka dot dress here. I love these things. There's little Lady Milk Godzillas. That this is a new collection for me that I'm gonna jump on. I was so happy that he sent this. I'm not sure if Matt Bush watches Monster Island or just Toy Anxiety, but if you're watching, thanks again, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a cool one to get. I mean, that is of all the stuff that you talk about, I'm glad he kind of zeroed in on that, because nothing against all the cool stuff you'll talk about with Star Wars and Ghostbusters and stuff. They ain't cooler than a Lady Milk Godzilla.
They're not. Nothing is. I'm not. Nothing is. So this thing I found at Comic-Con, I just found this randomly. And Jay, I've seen this before, but I don't even know. It's a collaboration between Godzilla and some other cute Japanese cartoon that I don't even know what it is. But I was like, it's cute and I want it. So I picked up one of these little.
The
one of these guys.
The hamsters. Is it Hamaro or something like that?
There's a tag, but it's it's in Japanese or whatever. So I had seen these before, and they come in multiple colors, and the booth had these in like 3 or 4 different colors. Hamtaro, is that what it's called? Yeah. But I was just like, I'm just gonna buy this. This is just cool. I like this. It's nice and cute. This I have a pretty solid, cute Godzilla collection. Really so I was like, I don't care that I don't know what this hamster's from. I'm gonna pick this up.
When you in that selection of those they had, did they have one? Do you remember if they had one that was yellow with like tiger stripes?
No, they didn't. They had a solid blue. They had a solid blue, solid green, and a solid red.
Gotcha.
And I almost bought all three of them.
Yeah, they're really
cool. I was like, let me just get one. And I mean, this was cheap. I mean, I paid less than $20 for this guy. So
yeah, I want to pick up the yellow one. I don't have any of them. I think they're awesome and cute and cool. I want to pick up the yellow one with stripes because it actually ties in with my sports collection, because that's a tie-in they did with the Hanshin Tigers baseball team. And I love baseball, I love Japanese baseball. And so they did a Hamtaro, Godzilla, and Hanshin Tigers three-way collaboration. Yeah. So I want, it's the exact same, I think, one as yours, just painted the Godzilla suit painted differently. Yeah, I really want that one.
Cool. From the same seller, I picked up one other thing from that same seller. And what is this? So this is a magazine. It is bi-monthly magazine. Space magazine is what it's called. I didn't even look in it. I just bought it based on the cover because it's got a very cool Mecha Godzilla here and some robot. And I was like, well, I'll buy that if they just, bought it together with that guy. And there's all kinds of random, there's just all kinds of random Godzilla stuff in here. There's actually a page dedicated to Ghostbusters, which I was like, what? Okay.
Wow.
There's some kind of gory stuff in here from some movie. There's all kinds of shit from movies I don't understand or know, just all kinds of kaiju stuff, that's Godzilla stuff. Look at this ad.
Oh, that's amazing.
Just cool shit in here. So yeah, I don't understand any of it, but it's a lot of good art in here. Just a lot of cool. I like this kind of stuff, dude. I have look at this. Just
Ultra 7. Nice.
Yeah,
Ultra
some Ultra. Yeah, all kinds of stuff, man. Oh, and then look at this. What is this? Somebody's eyes getting gouged out. Look at that shit. There's some gross stuff. This is for me, man. This is my kind of thing. Look at this.
Oh, that's really cool. Oh, there's Iron King. Yeah, those Tokusatsu or helmets.
Yeah.
And you have the Ghostbusters Toho encyclopedia that has a Godzilla ad in it. So now you have a Godzilla magazine that has some Ghostbusters in it. Yeah.
Hold on. Jay.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this weird shit?
I don't know.
I don't know either, man, but I'm into it. This is a cool. Yeah, cool magazine. Was happy to pick this up.
Very cool. That's one of those not a hidden gem, but something you could learn about other cool things, avenues you can go down and get some cool stuff. Yeah, very cool.
Cool. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I got another kind of book thing. This was one of my favorite. This was one of my favorite things from Comic-Con. I found this. It was hiding. Somebody had a booth with just a lot of random toys, and I saw the corner of it peeking out, and I was like, that's Minya. What is that? And I was like, hey, what is this thing? I was like, can I hold this? And he hands me this. That's really some cool. Kind of amazing booklet.
Okay.
That has a record in it.
Oh, very cool.
I don't exactly know what the deal is, but it's basically the story of, Godzilla's Revenge, Son of Godzilla. It's just not Son of Godzilla, but you know what I mean. It's just basically the story of that film, and there's a lot of really great artwork in it. Look at that. This.
I pushes him down. I love that.
Yeah, I really love the kind of sketchy artwork in here.
Oh, just that is amazing.
Great stuff. This page I really love because it has this one specifically because it's Ebra and Godzilla, not over here, and then the kid. It's they're. Yeah, dude, I just love this.
That's stuff, amazing.
I was I asked him, I was like, hey, do you have any more of these? And he was like, this is all I got. He had a couple. He had some Bandai, just some random Bandai, shit, who cares? Nothing I care about. Yeah. But he just had some random Bandai, just a few, maybe 5 or 6 figures. And then he had this. And I was like, well, I'm taking this.
So. That is so cool. Yeah, I'm not familiar with what that one is. Yeah, we have to do a little digging on that one. But that's really cool, man.
It's got a cool little Toho sticker right here, kind of peeling off. But yeah, man, this was awesome.
Because when you showed that picture on Instagram, I was looking at it, I was hard for me to tell kind of the shape of it. Like, was it like how vertical or horizontal it was? Because I was like, is it like a set of Karuta cards? Is it a book? Like, what was it? But yeah, that's really neat.
And here's the record.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Dude. Yeah, it's awesome. This was one of my favorite things that I picked up.
Very cool. Very jealous.
Cool. So also, Art Adams was at the show. And, we all know Art Adams has been doing some of the best Godzilla artwork ever for years and years.
100%. Yeah.
Now, he was there. I was a little bummed out with his selection of stuff. He didn't have much stuff. He had 4 prints you could buy. That's it. Oh. He had 4 prints, and then he had a couple books. The books were like Marvel art, Marvel art of Art Adams, stuff like that. But one of his prints was a Godzilla, but it wasn't my favorite. It was just
Art Adams.
Godzilla. It was art, but he had one print that I did love, and it's actually a print of the artwork he did for. Did you get the Criterion collection, the big book with all the? Okay, so you know how they had a different artist do all the. So he did Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah, I remember that.
He had prints.
Him, yeah.
It's a black and white print, which I thought was interesting because it's in color in the thing. But got a little print. Got him to sign it.
That's so cool.
And it's awesome. I loved this art the minute I saw it. It's so weird and it's like off-putting having Godzilla in that kind of.
I know.
It looks like he's just standing, but he's upside down. I love it. So he had these for sale, and I was able to pick one up. It was really cool.
We tried to get Art Adams for Kaiju Go to have him and Bob Eggleton. I thought that would be kind of cool to have both of them in there. It was hard to get. Art was very kind and wrote back immedately and was so professional and awesome, and everything that you've heard here about him, like being so nice, and no matter if it's the Comic-Con or a podunk show that's just starting out, but we couldn't make it happen. But I would love to get him down for an event. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he seemed like a nice dude. And speaking of Art Adams, I also got the Super 7 exclusive Ultimate figure that is based on not only based on Art Adams art, but Kyle, who designed this figure from Super 7, told us at Toy Anxiety that this comes with a little man figure. He was like, that's Art Adams. He's like, that's an Art Adams figure. I based it off of him. It's really tiny and it's hard to tell, but it's art. Yeah. It's supposed to be Art Adams. So
that's so cool.
He's got his own little figure. But here's the actual toy. So this is the first in hand Godzilla Ultimate for me. I do have the first wave pre-ordered. I know everybody else has got them, but Awesome Collector needs to speed things up and send me my toys. So, but I picked this guy up at the show. This is a cool figure, but it is so different from. It's like almost kind of. I buy all kinds of toys, not just Godzilla, not just sofubi. I have all kinds of collections, and most of your toys are like this. They're articulated and everything. But it is weird getting a Godzilla toy with so much articulation. And I don't say weird in a bad way. It's just like it's almost like another kind of collector, But 100%. I love this. I love that he's covered in blood. Like that is awesome to me. I think this is a really good looking figure. I don't have the regular 89 in hand yet, but I will say after seeing the 89 in person, I think I like this version of it better. I think the paint job on this one looks better than just the black 89, but this is a cool figure, man. It's hefty. It's really heavy. These are bigger than I thought they were going to be.
It looks really big,
but I think the sculpting's really fun. I like the way, the hands look really great. And he came with interchangeable hands, an interchangeable head, and a little Art Adams figure. So I had to pick this up.
And that's so cool that it's based off of the cover of a single issue. You know what I mean? It is so, it's so specific. I think that's awesome.
I know Kevin from Super 7. He said that like that was that comic. He was like obsessed with it as a kid, and I was like, dude, I was too. I remember the day I walked into a comic store and saw that, and I was like, why is Godzilla covered in blood? Like just that artwork is amazing. That like this is one of my favorite depiction of Godzilla of all time.
Yeah,
it's just such a good looking.
And now you have it in toy form, which is crazy.
Now I own it.
I know, right? Yeah.
I got two more things here, and they're both from Mondo. And I gotta say thank you to Peter and Hector at Mondo. They're such nice dudes. They've been on the show. Like, he gave me this Biollante out of the goodness of his heart, and I was gonna buy it anyway, but they were really good over the weekend. We did a little Mondo booth tour and everything, but I did get the final Biollante colorway, this weird glitter green, sort of translucent. I have 3 Biollantes now, and they look amazing, dude. Like all of these are awesome. This is my favorite kaiju of all time. Mm-hmm. I was very happy to get a hold of this. I love the glitter in there.
Yeah,
this is a cool.
She looks great. She looks great.
Yeah. Jay, do you have any of the Biolantes?
I do. I have the midnight blue one. Yeah.
Right. I remember. Yeah.
I'm trying to my Mondo collecting because I do love them all, but it's more of a space thing. I want to get one of at least one of all of them and kind of mix up the colorways.
It's hard.
It is. Yeah. So I'm gonna do I just actually because I picked up the original Space Godzilla and the trendy. So I sold the regular one. So I'm going to keep the trendy for that. Even though the cherry blossom, which we'll talk about later, is awesome. I passed on that because I wanted the cherry blossom Rodan. So that was the one that I wanted to get for that colorway. So I'm just trying to mix it up, but I did keep the midnight bloom from the Biollante because I thought it was really cool and different.
I get it. Yeah. I mean, I also wanted to try to stick with one of each just because just what you said, like, I don't know where it's going.
And those
I ended up with 3 Biollantes. I did order the Rodan. I feel like the Rodan's probably more like how the Jet Jaguar. I also bought multiples of the Jet Jaguar, but he's small.
Yeah.
Rodan, I think, is probably going to be. I know he's got a wingspan, but I think he's going to be kind of small. So I ordered Cherry Blossom Rodan.
Yeah.
So yeah, same. It's like you tried it, but I also ordered the Trendmasters colorway.
I couldn't pass up on that one,
especially because I own the Trendmasters Space Godzilla. And I was like, there's no way I'm not gonna. I actually didn't buy the regular Space Godzilla,
which is so great.
Well, because there's also like a glitter version that they showed off at one of the I was actually surprised it wasn't. I was surprised they didn't have more of the Space Godzilla variants on display at Comic-Con because I was like, well, aren't there more? We already know there's more coming. Like, where are they? So they, even with Rodan, they didn't have any other of the. They've revealed another Rodan. Well, I don't know if they officially revealed it or if it was just out, but there are other Rodans.
Yeah,
but they just had the one there. So, this is a long way of me saying I also wanted to try to only stick to one, and I've already bought 2 Space Godzillas. I got 3 Biollantes. Hey, but speaking of Space Godzilla, I got one right here.
There he is.
Holy shit. This is beautiful. Amazing, dude. Hey, I am not mad that I've ordered 2 Space Godzillas. No. Jay, look at this, dude. People are starting to, I know you said you sold your first one, but did it show up?
Yeah.
Have you gotten it?
I got it today, and I the guy had already. I think you put me in contact with him that he was looking for.
Okay, you were able to sell it to that guy.
Yeah, cool. And I just for whatever I paid for it, I just sent him off to him. He's a great guy. So I'm like, I don't have room, but it was hard. I mean, it was hard for me.
I get it.
It wasn't as hard for me the Biollante as it was Space Godzilla because I love the Space Godzilla design so much. I love Biollante too. Don't get me wrong, but I just something about this. You always want as much Space Godzilla as you can have. So I feel like
it's I mean, it's a great
this isn't sculpt. Making it easier. You showing this off is not making it easier.
look at the I really love the purple at the base of the spines. There's like purple in there that you don't really see unless you really get into it.
Ooh, I love that.
this thing is awesome. I mean, there's not enough Space Godzilla sofubi out there. There's almost none.
You can't
this
find the
is
Marmit.
Awesome. No. And then, you know, this is just, you know, he's a good size. He's tall. I mean, Biolante's, you know, wide, but it's a big figure, dude.
Yeah.
Was really happy to get this, and I was also really happy that it shipped so quickly. That was one of the things when I was at the convention and I realized, like, oh, those are, you know, Space Godzilla and Rodan are online only, and I was like, oh, so I'm gonna order these and not get them for 6 months or a year maybe.
Nope.
But somebody was like, no, somebody was like, Space Godzilla shipping next week, so this came quick, man. It was here almost immediately. I mean, I got this before I got the rest of my Comic-Con stuff because I had to ship all my Comic-Con stuff back to me. I mean, I had a big, in a Mondo box, I had a big Mondo, like, because we did a, Toy Anxiety did a panel at Comic-Con, and Mondo actually gave us some stuff to give away. So we gave away a Magneto, a Biollante, and some records. But the box they gave us was like the shipper box for the Magnetos, basically. And I filled it with all my Comic-Con pickups and shipped it home to me. But this showed up before that did. So I love it. This is great.
I think we got to realistically talk, and I know they have before, so this wouldn't be like a first time or anything, but like the Mondo sofubi series has to be in the running, and maybe even more so than they have in the years prior, a chance of winning a Jeffrey, because their line this year has it's really expanded a lot with the Space Godzillas, the Rodans, some of the tail end of the Biolantes. I think most of them came out last year, but still like the obviously the one that you got today or at Comic-Con, but Space Godzilla and Rodan and those variants enough. That's pretty good. And then I know, you know,
well, I mean, there's also more
and stuff.
Yeah, and there's more coming. Like they had a few Godzilla things that they revealed at Comic-Con. So yeah, dude, absolutely, they're in the running this year. They're going to be. I think we're also going to open up. I think there's going to be more than 2 kaiju, you know, categories for the Jeffries this year. And I mean, even outside of the Jeffries, Mondo's has a great chance. I bought that Magneto figure. I don't even own any other, you know, of the X-Men 1/6 scale figures that they've put out, but that Magneto is so good. And seeing it in person, cool. I was like, I'm buying this. And I was like, I'm going to buy this. So I bought it, and now I want the rest of them, you know?
Yeah. And the James Groman stuff coming out too. You're gonna have that too. I mean, they're doing a lot of Mondo's hot right now. Mondo's really hot right now.
They are. And I got to see that Groman in person, dude. Yeah. And it's amazing. And I got to hold Attack Peter's Mechagodzilla figures, and it was really hard for me to not just put them in my backpack and run.
Oh no, those coming out. Those are going to be, like I said, I very rarely ever save space on any shelf for any toy, but there's one up there that is saved for that when that comes out. So hurry up, Peter, get on it, man.
Yeah, same. Jay, that's all my pickups, man.
That's great, dude.